Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates each and every time we have breakdowns here at Sports Choice Plus. Without further ado, let's get right into the action. Looking at this game here, you're looking at how the Pittsburgh Steelers outlasted literally the Baltimore Ravens. And you're looking at exactly how that game was played. It's played normally how it usually goes in that rivalry. A very ugly game, a very inconsistent game, not really a heavy game passing, not really a heavy game rushing, but a lot of penalties, a lot of injuries, and you get to the point where the Baltimore Ravens, you're a little concerned about their offense at this point, because at this point it's the same thing every single year. But with Pittsburgh, the surprising news that Big Ben is whispering in circles in camp, as far as the team headquarters, as far as outside teams, people that used to play for the team, that this is Big Ben's last year. They would not renew his contract or offer him another contract, and they will send him on his way. With that being said, I think that helped the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I thought that news coming out was strategic to motivate these guys to really play a little bit better. And I don't think Big Ben was the one that released the information. I think that the coaching staff probably did it, or somebody in the Steelers organization did it to light a fire under these guys. And it's starting to feel, as I watch the game, almost like, let's do this for Big Ben. Let's do this last year. Let's try to win this Super Bowl for Big Ben. And it carried this team emotionally. I know that normally the last couple of years, Lamar Jackson and company have had this team's number, and they've made big plays. But it was just a difference in energy. You're looking at this game coming up. The Minnesota Vikings lost that game against the Detroit Lions, which was very disappointing. They should have no business being that close of a game with the Lions. And you're just seeing, what is this team really doing right now? So, at this point, that was demoralizing, losing to a team that had no wins this late in the season. And you got to ask yourself, if you're Kirk Cousins, how do you muster up the strength to get this team back on track? And at this point, I think that loss could have been the last blow for their season. And what I mean by that is, even though they have a chance still mathematically to make the playoffs, they're probably not going to make the playoffs. And you're looking at other teams that have crept up and had wins yesterday. And you're looking right now at the Steelers team. That win yesterday gave them a vote of confidence. I think that Big Ben was still firing the ball. It still looked good on the deep ball with some of those throws. They just have to game plan and have his throwing schedule a little differently. But I think that in this game here, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be too much for the Minnesota Vikings. Two reasons why. I think with that information coming out, that's going to motivate this team to play a little better than it's normally been playing. And lastly, that defense did make a couple of plays late in that football game. I know that they talked about Lamar Jackson making miscues and missed throws and things like that, but a couple of those times it was contested throws where the windows were small and the defense stopped the ball from coming or either deflected it. There were several times where the pass rush got there, and that's underrated. Even though you may not get the sack on a Lamar Jackson, you're still getting pressure. You're still having him move the pocket to where it makes it a more difficult throw than when he's flat foot and planted and throwing with a straightforward throw. So Pittsburgh, I'm picking you to win this one. Minnesota, I'm sorry, but I don't feel like you're going to be able to win this football game this weekend, even though you have a pretty good offense, a pretty solid defense at times. I just think it's too much to overcome. I'm picking the Steelers to win this football game. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think of my prediction. And as always, we thank you so very much, and we'll see you on the next video.